we're on. Using my microphone this time. Let's try this like the 5th time. My name is Jonathan Terrell, and this is for SDI class FTT 114 Custom Kydex Lab 251229-CA4 56288. This is week 4, final week, assignment 2, and we will be finishing the holster. Hey. Alright, so what I have done last week was cut it down, took about an inch off the top. I did heat it back up with the heat gun. This area here, you can probably see higher gloss, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe this side. Maybe. Come on. Technology, isn't it wonderful? Anyways, I did put it back in the press. I was able to get rid of most of the little indents from that piece of wood. I wanted a little tighter fit, so when I put a screw in over here-ish, and then over here, and if I have an extra one, I'll put another one. Yeah. I'm still trying to locate a wax pencil or a chalk pencil, or even a white coloring pencil. I know there's one here. Alright, so I did find one. I commandeered it. It is mine temporarily. So I got some lines drawn. Try not to erase them with my fat fingers, you know. That should be a good spot right there for one of the screws. And I'm thinking either down here or over here. Maybe make it 3. Just to make it all hold in and snap. The problem with the ones I use is I use a 17 round magazine, so the profile, you know, sticks out a little more, so it makes that a little more of an imprint, I guess. So trying to reduce that. Alright, so we got our safety glasses on. And down there. Oh, wait. Alright, then I'll put a, where's the camera? Put a rivet in that hole. Alright, and then now we just use a knife. Clean up the hole. It just cleans up the hole. Could probably see better. Alright, next step. Alright, so we put the rivet in there. This part, the flare, will sit on top of the base. And then that goes there like that. It's going to be fun to hold and do all at the same time. Thought it was gonna be fun. No, it's on there. Alright, so the rivet is in there. And I was getting a little worried because it's still gonna slice off. Nothing in the magazine. Nothing chambered. Alright, so with just the rivet, that hole's pretty good. It doesn't quite have the snap I'm looking for. That hole's really good. So I may just add, I was thinking 2 screws over here and here, but if I use one of the washer or grommet ones, whatever you call them, over here, then we get, no, wait, no, change that over here. That way, it's around the trigger housing, trigger guard, sorry. And that would hold it, so as it goes in, it's more of a snap. So, it will go in. So it has to be just right, but it will be a snap. And that should be nice. All right. Alright, so it occurred to me that some of that video just had no audio because the microphone decided to turn itself off. So what I was trying to show you is, the process is long and tedious, and, you know, the more you do. Alright, we're just going to use the webcam audio because I have to charge that apparently. So, long and tedious process, and the more you do now, the less you'll have to do later, especially on the multi-layered surfaces, like I was trying to show earlier. Like over here, there's a little lip, and I'm about to get that little lip because it's a little sharp. But other than that, it's coming along, and then next is wiping off some of that, and yeah, coming alright. Alright, so we got the top part cut off, and of course it's going to want to try to collapse. So I may just use the other two screws like I was thinking, and that should space it. Even one should. Then from there, I heat it up with the heater thing. And then push those in to get a tighter, firm fit. Yeah. Going along. Alright. Alright, so there we are. We're going to heat it up. Alright, looks like it's inflexible. I'm going to stick that in the press, and that should be... The rest of that was, it should be good. It's in the press right now, and I'm noticing that the audio and video is just not lining up anymore. So fun. Alright, we got a clamp here, and I am going to drill the hole for the screw. Alright, here we are. I put the screws in, and I took apart a different pancake holster I had. It might help if I take the paint mask off, right? Alright, so I took apart an airsoft holster I had for one of my airsoft pistols, and took out the grommets and some other parts and cannibalized what I needed. So
let's see here. Magazine's empty. Nothing's in the chamber. Alright, so this is what I have. I'm liking the way that's turning out. And as you can see with the with this here, and when I have the belt loop holder there, this is going to push against that. So as you can see, the issue I usually have with the profile is going to be tucked in more against the body. Oh John, why don't you just use the compact? I got big hands. Alright, so I do have it is an inside waistband, right? Right. I still got some sanding to do. Other than that, it works pretty good. Woohoo! Like, that works pretty good. Yes, it is empty. But yeah, that works pretty good. So I still have something I need to do. So I still got some sanding to do, but it's inside holster, inside waistband holster, sorry, and so it doesn't need any decoration. With that said, I may do a clear coat on it just for the class, but it's a much smaller footprint. Yeah, so works pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Alright, so next step is sanding, and this isn't really sanding, this is kind of like smoothing. Alright. So I pretty much already had done most of this. Just want to make sure, you know, not gonna cut your hand open or anything, you know, like that. Yeah. And then next I'm gonna get some sanding blocks out and start sanding it. Alright, so for the sanding phase we'll just use 120, 220, 320, 420, or sorry, 400. Everything else has a 20. Whatever. So they didn't have a 600 grit in these, and well, this is what I'm going to end up using. And that's why I was trying to get done as much as I could with other pieces. Graining bits, I suppose. Because I know I don't have the 600 grit. But that is something you would want to do. Alright, so next I use this one. And as you can see, worked out alright. You gotta do some final cleaning. Yeah. Alright, so it is actually textured. You can see that on it. But I don't know. I guess I'll add some glare to it too. So I got these, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll use these now. Down here. So it matches the same color. Sorry, I kind of drew a blank there. It's bluing with Parma blue. So I got two extra blued two extra blue washers. I ended up using the lock washers. I demonstrated the rivet. Camelized some parts from another one. As you see up in there, one that had like a thinner tube section. And this was actually a pretty fun class to do, I must say. Enjoyed it a lot. I did notice how I should have waited to cut this down. I should have left it up higher, but the problem is, you know, you gotta be able to grab it. To grab You know, so, and with that up lip, kind of helps. Got enough space there. Get the finger down in there. And then from there, all I gotta do is put some Loctite on the screws. I use some blue, adjust them where they need to be, and this puppy is done. Personal holster.